Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. We're deep into November, and the NFL landscape is buzzing like never before. There's a lot of chatter about what's happening in the AFC East, and one of the biggest stories currently swirling involves none other than the New York Jets and their quarterback situation. As you all know, the Jets are sitting at a modest 3-3, trying to stay afloat in a very competitive division, and their backup quarterback, the veteran Russell Wilson, has been at the center of intriguing rumors lately. According to some reports, notably from Adam Schefter, there's a growing buzz that the Jets might be making moves involving Wilson that could shake things up in a big way. Now, what exactly is the story? Well, it's about a potential trade that could send Wilson to the Jets' division rival, the New York Giants, for a third-round pick in 2026. Yes, you heard that right. The Giants, currently at 2-4, are looking at their cap situation, which is pretty tight, around $4 to $9 million in available space, and trying to figure out how to maximize their roster without overspending. But why Russell Wilson? Well, Wilson, the 36-year-old quarterback from Wisconsin, is a seasoned veteran, a 9-time Pro Bowler, and someone who has been through the ups and downs of NFL life. His experience and leadership could be seen as a boost for the Giants, especially as they look to build around Daniel D. Esquire, who's been entrenched as their starter. Wilson's current stats show that he's not the same explosive player he was a few years ago, but he's still capable of making impactful plays. In 2023, Wilson threw for over 30 yards with 26 touchdowns, and he maintained a solid 82. 4 PFF grade, ranking among the top 80 quarterbacks in the league. His career numbers are impressive, over 43 passing yards, 334 touchdowns, and a completion percentage of around 64.7%. These are the kind of numbers that can still influence games, especially in the right system. But here's the catch. Wilson's snaps for the Jets have been limited, around 28% of their offensive plays, and there are whispers that the Jets are already considering their options, including the possibility of benching Wilson in favor of younger players or even preparing for a rebuild. Jets, after all, are trying to make a push in the AFC East, and their recent performances have been a bit inconsistent. They've been relying on backup quarterback Trevor Dart in some scenarios, and while Dart is young and promising, Wilson's veteran presence could be a key piece in their puzzle, especially as they aim to strengthen their depth and playoff chances. Now let's talk about the Giants' perspective. They're in a bit of a rebuild mode, trying to maximize their roster under a limited cap space. The team recently freed up about $10 million in cap room by parting ways with some players, which gives them a little more flexibility to make strategic moves. Acquiring Wilson could be seen as a short-term fix, someone who can bring leadership and experience to guide their young offense. But at the same time, the Giants are also investing heavily in their wide receiver core, looking to add more weapons for Daniel D. Esquire, and trying to patch up their secondary, which has been allowing a lot of passing yards, around 24th in the league in pass yards allowed. Wilson's presence could help them improve their offensive efficiency, especially in critical moments. And what about Wilson himself? Well, he's coming off a season where he dealt with a calf injury that limited him to just 14 starts. His deep accuracy has been around 45%, which isn't elite but still serviceable, and in limited action, his expected points added per dropback has been positive. His career highlights include a reputation for being a clutch performer in cold-weather games and big moments, something that could resonate well with the Giants fans, who love a hero in the postseason. Although he's not the same player who once dazzled with the Seahawks, Wilson still possesses a unique skill set, an ability to make plays outside the pocket, throw on the run, and command a huddle. If he joins the Giants, it could be a short-term boost, giving Daniel D. Esquire some breathing room and elevating their offensive attack in key situations. Meanwhile, the Jets aren't standing still. They're exploring their options, with Rodgers still on the injured reserve but providing a veteran presence in the locker room. His 94 passer rating this season adds a layer of insurance, knowing that if Wilson's situation doesn't pan out, they still have a seasoned pro in Rodgers ready to step in. The Jets' offensive stats have been trending upward. Yardage per game has increased by about 9%, and their third down conversion rate has jumped to over 42%. Their red zone efficiency has also improved by 15%, reaching a 58% scoring rate. These numbers reflect a team that's trying to find consistency, and Wilson's experience could be a valuable piece in that puzzle, especially as they aim for a playoff push. Now, considering all of this, the betting odds have shifted quite a bit. The Jets' Super Bowl odds have moved from plus 4,500 to plus 2,800, reflecting the belief that Wilson's potential addition and the team's overall trajectory could make them serious contenders. Wilson's playoff experience, including 9 starts and 16 total touchdowns in postseason play, makes him an attractive option for teams looking to add a seasoned quarterback who can perform under pressure, especially in cold-weather environments, something the Jets are familiar with. Plus, the Jets have been particularly effective against division rivals, boosting their chances of making a deep run if they can solidify their quarterback situation. So, what does all of this mean for the Giants? Well, the potential acquisition of Wilson could be a game-changer. It would send a message that they're serious about competing now, not just rebuilding for the future. Wilson's veteran leadership and playoff pedigree could help stabilize their offense and give them a better shot at making a late-season surge. But it also raises questions about the long-term plans. Are they committed to developing Daniel D. Esquire or looking for an immediate upgrade? The move could be a signal that they want to balance youth with experience, especially as they aim to strengthen their roster for the playoff push. And let's not forget, this kind of shift in the quarterback landscape often impacts the entire division. The NFC East has become one of the most unpredictable, competitive divisions in recent years, with the Eagles, Cowboys, and now the Giants and Jets all vying for supremacy. If Wilson does make his way to the Giants, it could tilt the balance of power, making them more formidable in the playoff race. It's a fascinating storyline to watch unfold, especially with the trade deadline looming and teams trying to position themselves for a championship run. To wrap it all up, this situation is still developing. The rumors are swirling, and the NFL landscape could look very different in the coming weeks. The Giants are at a crossroads. Do they take a gamble on Wilson, a veteran who can bring experience and leadership, or stick with their current plan and develop their young guns? The Jets, on the other hand, are exploring all options to maximize their roster and push for the postseason. Whatever happens, one thing is certain. The NFC East is about to get even more exciting, and the Giants fans should keep their eyes peeled because this story isn't over yet. Big moves are on the horizon, and they could define the rest of the season and beyond. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Wilson can be the spark that propels the Giants into the playoffs? Or do you think they should stick with what they have and develop their young players? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news, because this season is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable and exciting in recent memory. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Giants.